Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a very extremely special guest on my boat somehow, Mr. John Cruz.
What's up, dude? I'm honored to be out here. You know, watched a bunch of your stuff on YouTube, so it's cool. But yeah, we're just gonna go fishing. It's kind of no pressure. We're coming out here to a lake that I've heard about, and it's a smaller body of water. You've never fished here. I've never fished here. I didn't even know what the watercolor was going to be until I showed up. So this could be really good, or it could be really bad. But either way, we'll try to figure them out and see what happens.
I'm stoked. Water temps, what do we say, 45?
Yeah, upper 40s.
Okay, 47. So
upper 40s. Yeah, it's cold front. It was in the 20s this morning. It's over freezing now by this much.
Yeah.
And it's windy. So you can probably hear and see the wind, but yeah, a little windy. That could be good. I think that we just dropped the trolling motor. We're seeing some bait down there. That's a good sign that we're seeing bait in the section here that we're in. We'll see what happens. We'll try to play around with the scope. I see you got the big baits out. I've got a few big baits out, and we'll if that doesn't work, or if we get frustrated, or if we just want to try something different, we'll go old school, hit the bank. See what happens.
I'm stoked. I'm gonna pick your brain all day about a ton of different stuff. Spring fishing as a professional angler,
yeah,
and big bait fishing. Hopefully we'll be able to throw some giants in the boat.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Let's do it.
Fun. I see you don't have a net out, so we're gonna have to.
We're boat flipping.
We have to with the hand. Yeah, boat flipping teeners, bro.
If we get one that big, I'll dive in. Go ahead, please.
Gosh,
please take, dude. This is your boat for the day. I'm following you. You do your thing. Is he on you?
Yeah, he's still behind it.
Nice. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, I did it. Every time, dude. Every time.
That's awesome.
You wanted that bigger one. I had that smaller one on. I had that smaller swim bait, and then I put the big donk on there, and he hit at it, but I can't believe he didn't get them Gamakatsu treble hooks. That's all I'm saying. Can't believe.
Definitely was like actively chasing that bait too. Like every time you twitch it, you could see him. Like he wanted it to be moving.
Yeah. So
he didn't want to pause. He wanted to move. Yeah.
When I stopped it, that's when it felt like a worm bite, like thunk. Yep. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Swung on him.
Yeah. It's like that's how I've found when they fire up. Like if you can get one that like wants the chase, and you give it that pause and they eat it, it's so fun. She is right here.
Okay.
Come on. She was like fired up at first. Now she's just following and looking at it. Oh, you're coming right up on her. Let me pull this in. See, she's gonna eat that. She's gotta eat that jerk bait. You're right on it. Come on. You gotta take over.
Zero interest in that jerk.
Got him. Oh, dude. Decent little guy. I don't even think that was the same fish. I got him. I think this was a different fish. I just cast it out.
Smoked it good.
Oh yeah. Sweet.
Nice.
It was on the 2.8.
Yeah.
Threw that on that head.
Here you go.
Pretty fish. Solid. First fish of the day.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. A 2-pounder. Alright, buddy. We've been chasing fish that are eating this for bait.
It's a solid one.
Two and a half.
Yeah.
Got one. Little 2.8 Kitech with on a Demiki head, it's a 1/4 ounce. Just finessing the setup. Chasing big fish out. in the middle, they're definitely giving us some chase today, which is awesome. One of them's gonna fall victim to that giant glide in John's hand right there. All right, so we played around deep for a little bit, found some fish floating up on the scope, and caught one on the little 2.8. I think that was just a dumb luck kind of fish. I was casting at one and it was way further out. We're gonna switch things up a little bit. He's tossing a spinnerbait around right now. What is your main move here? So we'll say this time of year in the spring, when you go from doing what we were doing to hitting the bank.
Yeah, you know, in the wintertime, the fish definitely are more out to where you can scope them a lot better. And then in the spring, they're getting that spawning urge. They start to move shallow. There's a percentage of those fish that when they start to move shallow, they're going to get in less than 8 feet of water. And even if they get a cold front, what have you, they're still going to be up shallow. And that's what we're going to try to target, those fish that moved up, and they're not going to move back out and go chase shad out there in the middle. They're just going to stay up because they're starting to get territorial. And we're just going to run down this bank. Got a little wind blowing on it. It's got stained water. Got some laydowns here and there. I'm just going to slow roll the spinnerbait, see if we can't catch a couple.
You're from out this way originally?
No, I grew up actually right near where Canyon River is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Grew up there in Amelia County.
Yep.
Went to school in Farmville.
Nice. So did you grow up fishing the, I mean, obviously, I would assume, Priory and...
I was in high school when they filled up Sandy.
Oh, nice.
And
cool.
I was like, probably 13, 10, 12, 13, somewhere like that, when they filled up Priory.
Got him? Nice. Oh, dude.
Bam! I got a spinnerbait, son.
Look at that
head.
Huge head.
Dude, big old ancient fish. That is sick.
What do you think?
Right off the end of one of those laydowns. Woo! That was worth the drive. Look at that big old head, man. That is awesome. Look how big that tail is. Just that tail is huge. That's so cool. Little spinnerbait. That's just a 1/2 ounce Booyah covert with a little spunk shad, 4.5 inch frosted purple. Goodbye.
10 minutes throwing the spinnerbait around that bank?
10 minutes, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sometimes when they get, this time of year, once they move up, they're there. The cold front, schmold front. I mean, it's, bluebird skies. We do have the wind, and that's really the reason that I thought the spinnerbait would have worked. If it was calmer, I probably wouldn't have gone with the spinnerbait unless it was like real dirty. But just enough wind made it happen. So that was fun. Let's catch another one.
What do you do as far as blade colors? Because I see you have a gold and silver, and I feel like with this watercolor and sun, I always like having a little gold. I feel like it gives a good flash off.
Yeah,
but I want to know the pros tips here.
There's a zillion different theories kind of on the spinnerbait.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the blade size and the type of thump is the biggest deal for a spinnerbait. And I think a lot of what it does is, I mean, obviously everybody knows about the lateral line and the thump in the water and how that relates to kind of what the fish are being keyed in on. But I think a lot of it has to do with the speed of the spinnerbait. So, the more you have like Colorado's, the slower that spinnerbait's going to go. Mm-hmm. The more you have the willow leaf type, the faster the spinnerbait's going to go. So if I'm in real clear water, I'm going straight willows for the speed. I want the bait to be running faster so that they don't get as good of a look at it. And if on the contrary, if I want it to be really slow, really dirty water, I'm gonna have big Colorados on there. You can throw that thing out there and just those big old hubcaps are just gonna go wah, 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 wah. I mean, you're just creeping it along. I think it lets those fish track it. They can feel it, and they're gonna go to it. So what I've got is the tandem, you know, a small Colorado and then a willow. That's kind of in between. You know, it slows it down a little bit, but it still gives a lot of flash. You know, and the willows have more flash, and you know, we kind of have an in between watercolor, and that's why I like that tandem combo in that type of water. When you get, you know, the small Colorado and then the willow leaf on the back, and like I said, it's a 1/2 ounce. That's kind of a really good combo there for just kind of in between water, which is what we have here. About 1.5 foot visibility, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Got him. It's a decent one. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Awesome, dude.
What a chunk.
That is a hunk of fish right there, buddy.
That was awesome.
That is super cool.
All over it, just like the ones earlier.
Really?
Like it's, yeah. Finally ate. He popped it pretty far out too, which is good.
Sweet, dude.
What a chunk. Sweet, got one. All right. On the taxi shack. See ya. Quick line check. Good. Just looking for the high ones. All right, so after the spinnerbait fish, we did a little bit of shallow water fishing, and then we decided, let's go back out and try to scope some more. So
yeah, we had the hardcore scope. We were wanting to get them so bad on that scope, and that's the thing you got to watch with it, is it'll suck you right back out there, and you can see them, and you know what lives out there, and then at the end of the day, you're like, darn, maybe we should have gone back out.
That's the thing. I would say that after fishing with you for the day, that you would be very confident with fishing the bank, and that you would have caught more fish. Like
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Do you think that the better possible way of catching a bigger fish would have been doing what we did, scoping? And
I think the bigger fish, by and large, live off the bank.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a smaller body of water, so it's kind of unique. It's not necessarily set up like, you know, a bigger body of water like Bugs Island or something like that. But fishing the bank is probably a more consistent way to catch fish if you kind of know the right situations and what's going on. Like if we were, I feel like earlier in the year, the bank ain't the deal. Like they're all out there. It's just about, you got to figure out how to catch them.
Yeah.
You know, I brought most of my bag of tricks to try to catch them out there, and you know, it was tough sledding. But like we said earlier, I think a lot of those fish have moved towards the banks anticipation to get ready for spawning. But I still think some of those fish that slip out off the bank are doing so to go out there, feed a little bit, and then they're going to go right back to where they want to be.
I'm pretty happy with it for early March and cold front and 20 degrees this morning.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You know, if you're going to catch, and if you're only going to catch a couple, it's nice to have some with some big old mouths and big old bellies and that kind of stuff. You know,
for sure.
It makes it worth the trip.
No doubt. But I really appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you, man.
It was phenomenal. I had an awesome time. Guys, make sure you go check out John's YouTube channel. I mean, you already follow him, I know. But click the link down in the description below. Make sure you check him out.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Anytime you want to have me on, I'd be glad to come back if we can figure it out. And then I appreciate everybody out there. If you want to follow me, I do a lot of tutorial kind of stuff, tweaking your boats and tweaking baits and rods and reel reviews and stuff like that. So I try to just educate people and have fun with it.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're out of here. See ya. Okay, the last thing before we get out of here. The spinnerbait that John caught his fish on is going to be linked down in the description below. You can get that over at acmtackle.com. And I just have to give a huge shout out and thank you to Angler's Choice for setting this up. This is the first time that I've ever been on a boat and shared a boat with a professional angler. It was awesome to have the opportunity to spend an entire day on the boat with him. He was an awesome dude, truly down to earth. Every single question I had for him, he answered honestly, and I hope to get back out there with him one day. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. I'll see you on the next one.